Hey Star Wars fans and collectors, it's me, Jedi Master 98, back again with another live stream right here on the Jedi Master 98 YouTube channel. In tonight's Star Wars Conversation live stream episode 2, we will be going over the events of Star Wars episode 2, Attack of the Clones, like with the episode 1 Star Wars Conversation live stream that I did with my friend Darth Coco Productions, also known as Adam. We went over the strengths and weaknesses of the film, we went over the figures and just told our opinions on what we thought of episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And obviously, I don't have any guests on tonight, so I'm just going to do it alone, which I honestly don't mind, but it'd be nice to get some guests on, but hopefully in the next couple more live streams I do, we'll get some guests on. So, like with episode 1, I've got my notes, the strengths and weaknesses. I went over and watched the film yesterday, just going over the strengths and weaknesses of Attack of the Clones. And like with the episode 1 live stream, I'm just going to give you a brief roundup on what is happening in the film. This episode shows how the Clone Wars obviously started, and then it shows the corruption in the Senate on both sides, such as the droid factories and the Senate meetings on Coruscant. The opening crawl mentions several thousand systems have declared their intentions to leave the Republic. Count Dooku is the leader of the Separatists, and there is a limited amount of Jedi, so obviously, as we know by reading that opening crawl, Jedi are struggling to maintain the peace and justice in the galaxy. Systems that are loyal, or that were loyal to the Republic, they have fallen, and they've gone over to the dark side of the Separatist Alliance. Senator Amidala has returned to the Galactic Senate to vote on the issue of creating an army of the Republic. This is to assist the Jedi as well. So obviously it just gives us a rundown on what's been happening over the last couple of years since the events of the Phantom Menace. The Grand Army of the Republic want an army, but they don't know where it's going to come. The Separatist Alliance are forming rapidly every day. Count Dooku is getting more and more star systems under his hand. The Senate on both sides are corrupt, and we see how Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones starts, and see what happens to the galaxy and what happens to people's lives over the course of the war. So that's just the opening crawl I've done for you. Alan mentioned earlier on, in an earlier on stream that we did a couple of days back, the Phantom Menace stream, he mentioned about obviously what he thought about it. Obviously, it's got obviously politics in it, but it doesn't show too much of it. It just depends on how you look at it, really. But that's the way it goes, I'm afraid. Before I get this stream started and everything, I'll just check the comments to see if there's anybody watching. Just give it a sec to load. Right, there's nobody in the comments at the minute, but hopefully later on in the stream there will be a couple more comments. So, yeah, let's get the stream going. Later on in the stream, it's obviously going to get a little bit darker because it's in the evening over in the UK. So what I'll do is just quickly draw the blind and turn the lights on. So I'll just mention a couple of brief points, and then I'll draw the blind and turn the light on. Also, like I said, we're going to go over the strengths and weaknesses of Attack of the Clones, what I think of it, what I dislike about it, and we'll go from there, really. Before I obviously start it, obviously I just mentioned that I'll just quickly draw the blind and turn the light, just so you can see me better. There we go. So it's just getting a little bit darker. What you can see of me was a decent picture. Right, there we go. The Star Wars t-shirt as well, the Darth Vader /Stormtrooper t-shirt, which is pretty cool. Right, so What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the strengths and weaknesses of the film, go over one strength and then one weakness, say what I think about it, and then go to the comments and go from there. So the first strength I'm going to mention is the powerful opening, people getting killed on Coruscant on the landing platform. Obviously, there's the opening shot of Attack of the Clones where we see a Naboo ship, looks like carrying some sort of royalty or some sort of important passengers. I believe we see 3 or 4 or 5 Naboo starfighters from Phantom Menace, the ones in yellow and silver. Also, we see them land. We see Senator Amidala in them. We see Captain Typho in one of them. We see R2 and various other Astromech droids. And obviously, as they're getting off the platform, Captain Typho mentions there was no trouble at all. But obviously, there was a bomb on there apparently. Obviously, blew stuff up. People were killed. And then it was a very powerful opening, like getting into grips. I think, right, we've got this powerful opening. Could it have been an assassination attempt on Senator Amidala or somebody else? We don't really know, but eventually we find out it was an assassination attempt because obviously she disguised herself as a Republic pilot. And obviously a good friend of hers died with various other senators and important staff members. I'll mention another strength. Obviously, we see a glimpse of the Jedi when we see them on Coruscant. Chancellor Palpatine's obviously talking to them. The Jedi don't want war to come to the Republic. Obviously, there's that very important quote that Mace Windu mentions: "We keepers of the peace, not soldiers." They want to be peacekeepers. They want to stay out of wars. It's their duty to maintain peace and justice in the galaxy. So it gives you a bit of insight on what the Jedi are really about until the Clone Wars started. A weakness of the Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, is the lift scene. Obviously, where we see Anakin and Rogue One go to Senator Amidala's floor. And who do we see? We see Jar Jar Binks. I'm not going to really revel on and waffle about this, but seeing Jar Jar Binks again obviously is sometimes annoying for certain fans, and obviously he's an annoying character. We mentioned this in the episode 1 of the Phantom Menace stream. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Seeing Jar Jar Binks, annoying character, and we are going to leave it at that. Another strength I'm going to go over, because I like this in the film, is the tension between Obi-Wan and Anakin about decisions being made apparently protecting the senator and everything. His local security, not Jedi and everything. So I like the tension, saying, "Oh, should we make this decision? Should we make that decision?" It just depends on how you look at it, really. So I really like that in the film, where the tension starts between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Another strength of mine is the chase between Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Zek Orcel and Coruscant. Obviously, Jango Fett employs Zek Orcel to eliminate Senator Amidala. They use like these specific poisonous worms or something, what they're called. Obviously, it goes into her apartment. Anakin senses it. Obi-Wan senses it as well, even though he thinks his senses are weak and everything. So Anakin kills obviously the little worms. I think we see Obi-Wan chase the little droid pod that obviously put the worms into Senator Amidala's building or apartment. We see that get shot, and then we see Anakin in the speeder. We see him pick up Obi-Wan, moaning about taking too long, flying and everything, which is very cool. We see him chasing all through Coruscant. Anakin makes a mistake. Then he jumps down, eventually finds Zek Orcel's speeder. Then Obi-Wan chases, he loses his lightsaber, and so on. It's a brilliant chase and everything. Eventually goes into a Coruscant bar, where we see various weird creatures and everything. Obi-Wan mentions to Anakin that the weapon is his life. And it gives you a better insight on what they're about. it's like a father and son figure, even though they are master and apprentice. It's really good to see how they bond in the lights of danger and chasing villains around the Coruscant area. So that's very cool. So I've gone on for a bit. I've mentioned a couple of strengths and a couple of weaknesses. I'm just going to quickly go through the comments to see if there's anybody watching there. Right, there's still no comments, unfortunately, but there are 2 people watching, so that's always a bonus. Right, let's get back to it then. Another strength I like to mention is the bar scene in Coruscant, where we see Obi-Wan Kenobi, Zet Russell, and Anakin go through there. We see Zet Russell pull out a pistol, Obi-Wan senses it, and which he cuts her arm off. They go outside, Anakin asks who hired her. She's going to say it's a bounty hunter called, and we see like a poison dart fired into her neck. Obi-Wan pulls it out, and obviously Jango flies away, and she's a changeling, so she changes from a human to a weird creature. So that was very cool, seeing obviously Jango assassinate one of his fellow companions, and then we see everyone cut her arm off. That's very, very cool. A weakness that I've spotted while watching the films again and watching videos, I've seen that in episode 1 as well. There's a scene with Anakin and Palpatine, mainly obviously the Chancellor's part, and obviously if you look at the set, it's big, but if you go from a different point of angle, you see the door is slightly smaller. So if you haven't watched the film previously, I urge you to go watch it again and see the mistakes, or you can just go on YouTube and type in Star Wars prequel mistakes. It'll come up and it'll tell you all the mistakes. I mean, I'm not too picky about it, but obviously I just spotted a mistake, and then yeah, that's it really. Another strength is obviously after the assassination of Zet Russell, the Jedi want to know who the bounty hunter is. They don't know if it's the bounty hunter that employed Zet Russell to put the poison worms in some Amidala's flat. So it's really cool. Obviously, they tell Anakin to take Senator Amidala back to our home planet, whilst Obi-Wan's dealing with the issue of there's a bounty hunter on the loose. We need to crack him down, take him down as soon as possible. So that's really, really cool. I like how the Jedi handled that. There's a scene as well where they go through the Jedi temple. Yoda's on like a little hodge thing. We see Mace Windu and Obi-Wan. They're not too sure if they trust Anakin. Remember Obi-Wan? If the prophecy says the apprentice is the only one who can bring balance back into force. So I really like that scene. Obviously, we see another scene on Coruscant with Dexter. He knows about the clones. Obviously, he knows about the poison dart and into Zet Russell's neck. He mentions about where they are on Camino, the Outer Rim. And eventually Obi-Wan goes to look in the Jedi archives, and we see the famous, the Chosen 20. I'm not too sure what the name is, but we see the 20 Jedi, I believe, who were Jedi, and they went away from the Order. And I think the 20th statue that we see near Obi-Wan is actually Count Dooku, who was a Jedi apprentice. He was the master of Qui-Gon Jinn, but Yoda's apprentice was Count Dooku, so it's really, really cool to see what happened there. Another thing I like as well is obviously Obi-Wan, the younglings, training with Yoda, and they think that somebody's hacked into the Jedi archives. Only a Jedi could do that, but how? Harder to answer. So it's really, really cool to see, right, do you have a spy among us or something? So eventually he tracks it down, and then everything was all right there. Obviously, the Camino scene. We'll see Obi-Wan obviously go on Camino, talking to Lama Su, the Prime Minister. You see him eating all the clones, like all lined up and everything down the barracks. So that's really, really cool. A weakness of mine, and a weakness for many fans as well, is when we see Anakin and Senator Amidala go back on the boat, and he is moaning about the sand. I don't like sand. It gets everywhere. It's just some of the acting is a bit pretty poor. Like the dialogue written there is pretty poor. But I'm not going to waffle. Obviously, people hate it. I don't mind it. It's a bit shit. Bit shit, if you know what I mean. Another strength as well, so obviously we get to see young Boba Fett, and we get to see Jango Fett and Morrison, played by the brilliant Tamara Morrison. Obviously a young Daniel Logan as well, playing Boba Fett. I love Jango Fett and everything, obviously as you're aware. I've got Jango Fett figure up there with Boba Fett. I've got the 1.6 scale Jango Fett up on my shelf up there, so later on when I'm about to show the figures, I'll give you a look at that. You can see him. But if you want to see him, just go to the prequel playlist of reviews, and you'll see him on there under episode 2. So yeah, the first meeting, or the first like official face-to-face meeting of Boba Fett, Jango Fett, and Obi-Wan. We get to see him discussing about it. Have you ever gone to the far reaches of Coruscant? He was employed by a contact group named Tyrannus, which obviously eventually die-hard Star Wars fans know that Tyrannus is the Sith name for Count Dooku. So that's very, very cool. Love that scene. Master Cypher Deer's obviously known about the Clone Army, but he was killed, and eventually if you go back and watch the Clone Wars Lost Missions, you get to see that fill in the blank and what happens. So that's very, very cool. A weakness of mine, and obviously to some other people, is the acting between Anakin and Padme is a bit dull. Like they look a bit awkward and don't really know what to say. Like I'm haunted by the kiss. Like some of the dialogue is a bit. Some of it is shit, but you get a glimpse on what they're trying to understand, what they're trying to say, and when you see them acting, talking, they look a bit awkward. Like, should I really say this in front of you? Is this right? What should I really do? And it's a bit awkward, but it just depends on how you look at it from a different perspective. But yet again, I'm not going to waffle on that because obviously we'll be here all night. People will get pissed off with it and everything. Another strength before I have another look at comments is obviously Anakin's concerned about his mother. Obviously, he's been concerned ever since that day he left on Tatooine. We get to see him have his nightmares, and he wants to go back to Tatooine and try and find her. So I think that's like really cool on how he wants to go back to his roots and everything. So that's really, really cool. Yet again, I'm going to have another look at the comments. Hopefully, some of you will be commenting this evening. I won't be disappointed, but it'd be nice if there's any comments. And what do you know? There is a comment. It is Jedi Master 777. He says hi. He says, "Yep, Jango Fett is a badass. Yep, Jango Fett is the top dog. He's one of the best. Absolutely love him, including his son Boba Fett. Really, really, really cool." And yeah, before I carry on with the stream, I do apologise. I just need to quickly go to the toilet, so I will be back in a couple of minutes. Sorry about that, guys. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Right, I'm back, guys. Whew. Back indeed. Right, just see what's happening and everything. Jedi Master 777's mentioned I'm the only person watching, but at least there's a viewer. And Jedi Master 777 mentions, could you show any Phase 1 Clone Troopers action figures you have? Yep, I will be showing them very, very soon. Once I've got through all the strengths and weaknesses of the film, I'll be showing you my collection, Episode 2 figures and everything. So be sure to stay tuned for that, Jedi Master 777. Right, so let's get back to it. Back to the strengths and weaknesses of Attack of the Clones. And where are we? Another strength I'd like to mention is obviously Jango Fett mentions to Boba, pack your things, we're leaving. You see him escape, and then you see Obi-Wan and Jango Fett fight on the platform in Coruscant. That's really, really cool. You see him throwing punches, kicking each other. It's really, really cool. And it's a great little mini fight scene. You see even cooler one in space, in the just above the planet Geonosis in the asteroid field. So that's very, very cool. Love that scene. You see him obviously kicking. Jango loses a pistol. You see Obi-Wan punching. He loses his lightsaber. They go down. Tries to pull each other up. Presses his button, and Obi-Wan just flings the rope, and then actually just hooks up, uses the force, and then chucks a homing beacon on his ship. So that's, very, very cool. Even though I'm waffling a bit. Another great point about Episode 2 is the first meeting of Aunt Beru and Owen Mars, which are Luke's aunt and uncle. And we also see him on Tatooine. We see 3PO as well. Anakin's looking for his mother. He meets his mum's other half. They go looking for her, and I think there were 16 men or 20-something men went out there. Only 3 remained, and obviously he lost his leg. He couldn't ride anymore. So it's very nice to see the Luke's aunt and uncle in Attack of the Clones. So very, very cool. Where am I? And obviously, when Anakin goes for it for his mother, the scene before that, you see him having a cuddle. Again, it's another mistake, but I'm not being too picky. But if you look at that scene, there is a black spot on the floor, and well, there isn't a black spot. You see Anakin standing there, and then he moves to another shot, and for some reason there is a black spot there. I'm thinking, how the hell has that got there? Like, has he taken a? Has there been like a little miniature barbecue there, and it's just gone up or something? Like, come on. I mean, it's a mistake, but I'm not going to waffle. Yeah, again, like I said, you can go back and watch the prequel mistakes and see all the mistakes, and I'm sure that'll be there. So, yeah, that's it really. I mean, I'm not going to waffle about the weaknesses. I just want to get through the strengths and everything. Obviously, we see Obi-Wan in Geonosis, and we see the appearance of Count Dooku and the Separatists, Joshua Gunray, Poggle the Valessa, and all the other weird and vibrant creatures in person, the Banking Clan, and all the weird ones. So it's really, really cool to see that. Then when they form together, and eventually, obviously, like I said, star systems are falling to the Separatists, and then they want to join their arms together to try and crash the Republic. So that's very, very cool indeed. Obviously, another bonus is the Droid Factory, joining together to fight the Republic, building factories in Geonosis and various other separatist planets. Another cool thing as well is you see Anakin's hatred and how he can't really control his anger after the death of his mother. Obviously, we see him comfort her, she died in her arms, we see his anger, but cutting two heads off the sand people and then just sloshing on as well. So we see the hatred. And eventually Yoda's concerned. Obviously, he tells Mace Windu and everything. Skywalker's in pain and everything. So very, very cool thing to see. Very dark, and it's just so cool to see Anakin's dark side, like before the events of Revenge of the Sith. It's very, very cool to see. Also, I mentioned about that. Yoda concerned about Anakin. Another thing I like as well is the tension in the Senate. Obviously, the message from Obi-Wan that he sends to Coruscant. Obviously, we see him deflect the bullets off of his lightsaber with the destroyer droid. They want to vote emergency powers from the Chancellor to call a meeting to try and stop or get going the Grand Army of the Republic. Obviously, Senator Amidala is now in sight. She's with Anakin. She was in the booth, but she's on Tatooine. So they don't know whether to call the Senate meeting, but eventually we see that happen. And then eventually we see the formation of the Clone Army. Before I go anything further, I'll have another look at the comments. Obviously, I'm waffling a bit, so I do hope I'll give you lot a breather. Jedi Master 777 has mentioned, question, do you have a script where you write down your strengths and weaknesses, or do you just think about it during the video? I can think about it during the video, but I do have a little script thing where I just go over strengths and weaknesses. I can think of it, but not all the points I'm going to make, so I've just got this to help me out. What else? Question, how did you feel when you watched Attack of the Clones for the first time? I can remember watching Attack of the Clones back in 2002, and what I can remember was it was a very, very cool film. Loved the action, and yeah, I just enjoyed it and just couldn't wait to collect the figures. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Attack of the Clones. Back to the stream. Going through the strengths as well. Another thing I really like is the conversation between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Count Dooku about Darth Sidious. Obviously, Obi-Wan's captured by the Geonosians, he's chained up, and he goes, "Oh, this is a terrible state, my friend, they've gone too far, this is madness. It wasn't me who brought you here, the Geonosians are let you be released as soon as possible. What is a Jedi doing out here?" Also, he mentions to Obi-Wan about the Republic being under control of Darth Sidious. No, it's not possible. All the Jedi will be aware of it. Dark side, of course, has gathered their vision, my friend. Also, the Viceroy was betrayed 10 years ago. He came for me to help. He told me everything. You must join me, Obi-Wan, and together we can destroy the Sith. Obviously, Obi-Wan's staying loyal to the Republic. So I really like the scene to see if it is true. Like, do you believe Count Dooku is right in saying, like, the Senate is under control by the Dark Lord and the Sith that the Jedi have been wanting to look for ages? And I think that's really, really cool on how they put that, and it's really, really cool on how they look at it. Another cool thing I really like is obviously when we see Anakin and Padme lands on Geonosis, they go through a droid factory, you see C-3PO and R2-D2 as well, mucking about. Really cool action scene as well. Padme obviously falls into some sort of pit. R2 saves her, C-3PO gets his head off, puts the droid head off, Anakin's skull with his lightsaber gets broken, and it's just really, really cool to see. And we see Jango Fett pull out the pistol and says, "Don't be a Jedi," and we see all the destroyer droids, which is very, very cool. Another really cool thing is the execution of our heroes, Padme, Anakin, and Obi-Wan. Also, we see them tied up. Eventually, Padme confesses her love to Anakin, that they've been in love for years. And then we see all these weird creatures attack our heroes, and yeah, that's just another really cool scene as well. We see Padme get a massive Crawls to the back. We see Anakin fall over. We see everyone fight this big freaking weird green object with these long ass legs. So yeah, that's a really, really cool scene as well. And obviously the main part that everyone loves, well hopefully everyone, but everyone loves the arena scene, the Jedi, the Geonosians, eventually the clones coming later on, but the droids, we see the Jedi fight the Geonosians and the battle droids. The whole arena is full of Jedi, we see the likes of Mace Windu, Cady Mundi, Poku, Master Luminara, Ada Secura, Obi-Wan, Anakin, all these vibrant Jedi who are ready to fight what is right for peace and justice for the Republic. We're seeing fighting droid, big heavy shells that come through the Jedi, falling everywhere, shrapnel's going everywhere. And we just see, obviously, eventually the animals get killed. We see Jango Fett gets decapitated by Mace Windu, which is absolutely brilliant. Seems he deflect the bullet, cut the pistol in half, and just go. The head just goes flying, and you just see the helmet go somewhere. This way just rocks. And then we see Jango Fett previously shoots some weird Jedi who's absolutely shit. And he flips the gun and puts it in his holster, and Count Dooku's like, right, I've got the real deal. This is a bad motherfucking bad guy. I love this guy. This motherfucker is really cool, right? It's just so cool, and then obviously we see Jedi get killed, we see the Rebels get killed, eventually Count Dooku asks for their surrender. And then Padme says, look up, we see the clone ships coming in, the gunships firing all their DC-15 carbine rifles, their laser guns, their turbo rockets, and we see the Jedi, or what's left of the Jedi, get on, and they fly over, running all systems through his cars, he rules, he already says, and it's just such a cool scene, one of my favourite battles in the prequels, despite episode 3 and everything, but it's just such a cool scene. And I have to say that people obviously enjoy it. We see 3PO get, I remember, gets a bullet deflected on him, or Kit Fisto uses the force and he falls back, Kit Fisto's last, but the other one with his body gets his head blown off and everything. We see R2 get 3PO's head, puts it back together, and obviously the gunships fly away, and Bubba Fett on the floor, so you killed my daddy. And yeah, it's just another cool thing, and I really like it. And yeah, before I carry on as well, just have another look at the comments to see what's happening. Obviously, there's been one person in the comments, which is not too bad. Obviously, it's not as active as used to, but we've got somebody in the chat. Jedi Master 777 has mentioned, the battle was awesome. So, Jedi Master 777 is up to date. He's keeping strong in his stream, which is very, very cool. Just checking a couple of things before I get back to the stream. Yeah, everything seems to be going all right. Let's get back to the stream. Another of my favourite scenes in, I'm sorry if I keep touching my back, it's a bit itchy, and due to the weather that we've had in the UK over the last week or so, it's been flipping hot. It's been absolutely lovely, short sleeves and short weathers and everything. It's just been really, really cold. Oh, and beer weather as well. Like I said, another favourite scene of mine is we get to get a first look at the Death Star. So we see Poggle de Valesa saying, they're blocking our communications. Viceroy Gunray, how did the Jedi form an army so quickly? Obviously, Count Dooku said that as well. And we can see first look at the Death Star eventually takes him, and very much safer there with my Master and Coruscant. And another cool scene as well is the duel between Obi-Wan, Anakin, Count Dooku, and Master Yoda. So we eventually see how Anakin lost his arm. Obi-Wan gets injured by a cut on the left arm, and I believe, is it the left leg? Yeah, left arm, left leg. We see Anakin fight with two lightsabers. The green one gets cut in half, and we see him fight Dooku. Uses the Force, cuts his arm off here, pushes him back. Obviously, they're injured, they're fucked, they're out of it, and we see Yoda come in as well. Obviously, another mistake I'm going to mention is obviously he had a walking stick. You put that down when obviously these gas canisters or some sort of canisters came, used the Force and pushed them back, and then when we get another glimpse of the shot where parts of the ceiling comes down, obviously uses the Force like that and pushes it away. Excuse me, just burped. His walking stick isn't even in science. People can moan about that, but I'll just mention that now in my head. And eventually we see, obviously this contest can't be done by the knowledge of the Force, but our skills with the lightsaber. We see Count Dooku and Yoda, former master and apprentice of the Jedi Order, fight each other. We see Yoda and Dooku fighting with great intensity. We see lightsabers going everywhere. And eventually Yoda stops a big sort of metal statue thing from falling on young Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and she just pushes that away. He escapes, whilst Padme and about 4 troopers as well get off the gunship. He tries to shoot him down, but the shots are absolute crap. They go fucking nowhere. And eventually we see Count Dooku escape out of Geonosian airspace with all separatist spaceships, and then eventually escape. We don't see him escape, but obviously we can gather they eventually escape. And then we see Obi-Wan get up. Anakin gets up slowly, and then we see Padme eventually console Anakin despite him losing his arm. And eventually we see Count Dooku go to Coruscant, like a dark part of Coruscant. We see Darth Sidious. The Force is with us, Master Sidious. Welcome home, Lord Tyrannus. I have good news for you, my lord. The war has begun. That's excellent. Everything seems to be going as planned. So you're thinking, right, their plan is to try and take over both the Galactic Republic, and maybe the Separatists as well, to try and bring peace and justice for them. But you know, they want to take over all of it. So that's really, really cool. Really like Count Dooku and Sidious chat. Really, really cool. And the final couple of strips as well, so obviously going through the weaknesses, obviously the Jedi concerned about Sidious controlling the Republic. Obviously Obi-Wan mentions it to Mace Windu. Yeah, this is join the dark side, Dooku has lies, deceits, and everything they don't believe. You know, I was talking bollocks and stuff, so that's really, really cool. So that's really, really cool scene. I really, really like that scene as well. Obviously, they're concerned about what's happening. And then we see the last couple of shots as well. Obviously, the entire, well, not entire, but most of the clone army on Coruscant. We see them getting their ships, and eventually they go to, I don't know, a couple of worlds and need to fight the Clone Wars, because obviously they've begun. And we see Chancellor Palpatine's face right, yeah, I'm head of both armies and nobody knows it. Nobody knows I'm freaking Sidious and in charge of the freaking Republic. You've got control, he's got that such tight grip that the Jedi and the Republic don't even know about. And that's what I really, really like about that scene. You see Valagon looking for him, it's great, and obviously the other one's like, this is the shit, man. I mean, this is some great freaking army that we've got here. I mean, millions and millions of clones to sell us, even though it's a slave army. Yeah, we'll fight this shit, man. We'll do well. That's really, really cool. And eventually, the last scene, we see Obi-Wan. Actually, not Obi-Wan, sorry. We see Anakin and Padme get married on the bow secretly. We see C-3PO and R2-D2 there as well. And eventually, they kiss. We see Anakin's arm, and then film ends. And despite the weaknesses, only brief weaknesses, and some of the acting between Anakin and Obi-Wan, I want to buy that kiss. I don't like sand. Episode 2, miles better than Phantom Menace. Great battles, great scenes, and just a great episode as well. So I've just gone through the strengths and weaknesses of Attack of the Clones. So I hope you enjoyed that, and eventually I'll give you a look at the figures as well. I'll just have a look to see who is in the chat. I think it's obviously still Jedi Master 777. Jedi Master 777 has mentioned. Yeah, it was a very fun lightsaber duel to watch. When I first saw the Clone Wars on Premiere 9, I felt so happy. And Clone Trooper Dogma, aka Crown Vixen V8, says, "Hey Jack, good to see you." So obviously, like I said, I've gone through the strengths and weaknesses of Attack of the Clones. I will quickly show you my Attack of the Clones figures. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but I'll try and show you as best I can. I'll try and show you the Jango Fett that's just above my door. I'll try and get him down. I'll quickly show you my Phase 1 Clone Troopers and the Episode 2 figures. So just bear with me, guys. So I've got to be very careful because this laptop is not heavy, but you've just got to be careful because of the heat as well. As you can see, there is the Episode 2 Clone Troopers there. You've got the Sergeant, you've got the Captain, Lieutenant, Commander, and Phase 1 Clone Trooper. Oops, sorry about that. So you got them there. You've got Jango Fett there, you've got Geonosians, and there's everything there. You've got Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Droids, and Yoda. Count Dooku's he's somewhere in there, I believe, or he's somewhere. But yeah, he's very, very cool indeed. Sorry, it's tilting up and down. I'm just holding it as I can. But yeah, there's my Episode 2 figures. If you want to get a better look, obviously go on to the collection updates, and you'll see them. If you can see them in a better quality. And like I said, I'm just going to quickly get my Jango's Fett figure, or I can quickly show you here. Let's take a look. As you can see, obviously they're just above there. You can see the bloody light. Oh dear. Lighting's a bit funny. Obviously you can see them up there. You can see the B1 battle droids and everything, which is very, very cool. You can see all the other ones as well. Let me just tilt it back. So you got them all up there. B1 battle droids, Boba Fett, and everything. So it's very, very cool. If you want to see them in any other reviews, just be sure to check the Episode 2 playlist. Obviously it's a bit heavy and I was shaking a bit, so hopefully you've got to see a decent amount of figures. Right. Sorry about that, just got to be careful. Clone Trooper Dogma has mentioned the Clone Troopers are the reason why I fell in love with Star Wars. Jedi Master 777 mentions those figures at great, nice t-shirt as well. Clone Trooper Dogma has mentioned sure do. I even got the Clone Pilot form, the Black Series. By the way, Jack, would you like to get the Black Series figures, the Clone Wars, we all saw and borrow? Like hard case Dogma and Kicks. Eventually, if they will be released as part of the Vintage Collection, it's coming out in 2018. Yes, why not? Why not? We might as well get them. So obviously I mentioned the strengths and weaknesses of Attack of the Clones. I showed you the figures and memorabilia what I have. I won't be streaming very, very long because I haven't got really much to talk about. Obviously I've spoken about what I think about the film. So keep your comments coming in before I end the stream. I'll end the stream in about 5 minutes. So if you've got any comments, leave them there. If they're not answers, just leave them underneath the actual stream, and I will get back to you as best I can. Sip my drink. There's been another couple of comments. Country Double has mentioned awesome. I love a figure of myself, of course. Obviously, smiley face, smiley face. Jedi Masters 777 has mentioned what got you into Star Wars. What really got me into Star Wars? I've got so many stories that either did it get me. I got into Star Wars by watching Attack of Clones and everything. I really got into Star Wars like 3 or 4 while watching The Phantom Menace and eventually watching Attack of Clones, and then eventually watching episode 3 in cinemas back in 2005, and eventually that year as well buying the original trilogy. When they finished it, they tested it and done it up and everything, and I eventually watched the original trilogy. And yes, it's been mainly obviously the prequels and everything, such as Phantom Menace and episode 2 Attack of Clones and episode 3, but it started off like it's like a bit of both, like watching Phantom Menace and then going straight into Attack of Clones, and eventually watching episode 3 in cinemas in May 2005, and in the same year buying the original trilogy on DVD with the special features. Excuse me. And eventually watching them all in a day, and yeah, that's just why I love Star Wars, really. Sorry, I keep burping. Excuse me. Country Doctor has mentioned Attack of Clones was my first Star Wars film I watched and I loved it. Good to know. So I'm going to be streaming for a couple more minutes, guys, and then I will be ending the stream, so be sure to leave your comments either in this chat or underneath the stream. No, but guys, just checking something. Fine. So yeah, last couple of comments, and then I will be ending the stream. Country Predominant was mentioned, but now I can understand why people don't like the prequels because of the way too much CGI. I love the prequels. Jedi Master 7 was mentioned. My favourite film from Star Wars is Revenge of the Sith. My first Star Wars movie I watched was Empire Strikes Back. So very, very cool, guys. Check the comments one more time, and then I will be ending the stream. Oh, there's a new person who's just joined the stream. Kiddo has mentioned some people don't like the dialogue. I mentioned that previously. Some people don't like the dialogue, and just leave it at that, really. Country Dog was mentioned, but back then I loved episode 2 and 3. Kiddo's mentioned, but I don't mind it because I know Star Wars is meant for kids. Not really. Star Wars is meant to be for everyone. It's for adults, women, men, young girls, young boys, teenage girls. It's meant for everyone. Check the comments one last time. See if there's any major comments need answering. So yeah, no comments. Like I said, if you've got any comments to leave, please leave them underneath the stream once this is on YouTube. So this has been the Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones live stream. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Thanks for taking some time to watch the stream. Usually, this new series, there was meant to be a guest on there, but the guest I've asked to do it, unfortunately busy. But eventually, when I do the Revenge of the Sith, tongue-tied this evening. When I eventually get along to do the Revenge of the Sith, I'll say it again, Revenge of the Sith live stream, I'll get more people on there. We'll go from there really. So if you want to see more of me on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And I'll see you very, very soon. Before I go, I will have one last look at the chat and then I will be signing out. Untuber Dog was mentioned, I will make you share my playing Kenobi. Jedi Masters on 7 just mentioned, I had fun watching the stream tonight. See you in the next one. Bye. Tongue-tied. Yeah, tongue-tied for that bit. So yet again, thank you very much for watching, guys. Like I said, if you want to see more of me, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll see you very soon. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, and may the Force be with you. See you later.